2 new cases. The Diezer vaccine suspended. South Bank Townhouse complex forced to isolate. Why is the Pfizer or Diezer vaccine suspended? Oh God, something wrong there. Overwhelming demand for a second dose of the Diezer jab has forced Victoria to suspend part of its Vaseline rollout. Oh, it's because of overwhelming demand. We don't have enough Diezer vaccine. Okay. So everyone's rushing in to get the Diezer vaccine. How many times have we seen this? Oh, shortage, quick, hurry, everyone. Anyway, walk-in appointments for the Diezer vaccine have been put on hold while bookings for the first dose have also been suspended. Mass vaccination centres on Monday advised they would not be taking walk-ins for the Vaseline, while the Herald Sun has been told operators working inside the state's telephone booking system, I know someone who works there, have been banned from booking appointments for the first dose. So what are they actually doing there? If they're not, making appointments for the first dose. Operators have been told they cannot lock in any first dose appointments for at least this week. Sources say the Diezer Vaseline has proved more popular with Victorians because of the shorter time required between the first and second doses. Oh, that makes sense. We want to get those 2 jabs as quick as we can, don't we? Makes sense. Second dose Diezer vaccinations can be made as early as 3 weeks after the first dose, while the wait time for the second AstraZeneca dose is 12 weeks. Oh, we can't wait 12 weeks, can we? We need the jab straight away. And look at all these smart people queuing up for the Diezer jab. It is understood many people are opting for Diezer because of concerns about blood clots linked to the AstraZeneca Vaseline. An estimated 50,000 people are already booked in for their first Diezer dose this week. Foley said that was the maximum the state could accommodate because second doses were needed for tens of thousands of others. Now, it's good to see everyone's rolling up their sleeve. And if more doses are delivered by the Commonwealth, we will be able to increase the number of bookings for first doses as well. Federal Health Minister Greg, see you next Tuesday, said he had encouraged Foley to make sure Diezer recipients could book in both doses at the same time, as he pointed out that other states had already set up systems to lock in the 2 appointments up front. Asked about the difficulties some Victorians were facing to get the Diezer jab this week, Mr. See you next Tuesday said the state government had a significant volume of Diezer that's in place and had to work within that volume each week. Yeah, there's always a shortage of these Vaselines. So quick, get in while you can. He said Victoria had received 1.134 million doses of Diezer and AstraZeneca since the start of the rollout and had administered 797,000 doses so far. They obviously have to manage the doses within their total inventory. He said Victoria had received an extra 500,000 doses so far compared to the state's initial allocation in the rollout. Vaccine rollout coordinator Eric Young said a total of 145,000 doses would be delivered to Victoria's state-run facilities this week, while another 350,000 AstraZeneca doses will be given to Victorian GPs. Nationwide, 1.1 million doses were distributed by the federal government last week, with another 1.1 million to be delivered this week as well. That's really good. Everyone's rolling up their sleeves to get the jab. Mr. C next Tuesday said the medical advice was clear that Australians under 50 should receive the Diezer Vaseline, while those over 50 should be administered the AstraZeneca. Australia is currently receiving about 300,000 Diezer doses from overseas each week, with those shipments expected to increase to 600,000 a week by the middle of next month. So it'll be pouring in. There'll be plenty. There'll be plenty for everyone. Just going to the next thing. Townhouse complex forced into isolation. 2 cases. I wonder how old these cases were. The latest likely quiet cases are 2 children. who are primary close contacts of existing cases with no community exposure during their... It's amazing, I've said it recently, that it seems like children are the ones that are being the positive tested cases here in Victoria. You know, no one's dying under 50. No children were really testing positive all this time, but all of a sudden it's the children that are testing positive and not the older people. Maybe they're saying, well, yeah, the kids are getting COVID now, so shit, we need the kids getting their Vaseline. Come on, kids, roll up your sleeves, get the Vaseline, because everyone's testing positive now in primary schools in Melbourne. That could be it. Nah, surely not. All right, I just thought I'd throw that out there. Victoria, Melbourne still in lockdown. Still in lockdown, third week. I've got a feeling it'll end this week, though. They can't keep going. They can't keep going with this shit. No one's dying. Hasn't been one single death. It's just cases, runny noses. Anyway, I can't say too much because good old GooTube might hit me with medical misinformation.